It's very quick, but that flash might just hold them for a moment. With this sort of crossfire, this is looking solid.
Two players spotted crossing, taps forward those USPs. MONESY can get one decent kill, peeking in the left and right alongside MONESY, providing a bit of support. Great headshots coming in from that USP who can double up. A 4 versus 3. Bomb dropped in the open. Norva's going to get caught off as MONESY lands a triple, and Kicker is left alone.
Something that he was a bit of a trademark with.
Well, MONESY's AWP is his trademark, and he connects it for the opening kill of round 5. Flit down. Into the bomb site itself. MONESY's AWP still there to support, sees several players as JKS locks out a kill, and MONESY slowly walks around the corner to get a headshot on Kicker. A tag on towards 1. Jame will hold 1 decent trade, but needs 4 more. No easy XEI, but still have those 3 smokes they can use here. Put 1 down across. Flash going over, counter smoke back. They line up for Nico. They just give it up to the man. 2 easy frags, and now the AWP. With an AK alongside it, a great smoke as well from MONESY. Can look to the right-hand side, being mostly covered off. Look and spot the T as they make their way out. Engages on 1. Nico gets his triple. Looking for the quadra, maybe even the ace here. Flits down. USP pulled out against the AWPer. Does get that exit frag, but 5 seconds to get the bomb down. He knows it's impossible. MONESY will take some damage to the Deagle tags. The bomb's got to get prioritized here. 20 seconds. Get the money at least, boys. Flit down. Kicker out in the open, just giving up these kills. And they aren't even getting a look in these rounds, let alone the plants. It's 8-0 for G2. Hold the defensive line against the incoming incendiary. Smokes will come back, flashbang forward, Nico. They're going to go in for a ballsy move, flashed in by MONESY instead. Sees nothing, and Smoke will start to clear though, and all will reveal itself. Transfer doesn't quite work out for him, he will get traded back.
This retake could still be on. Think about the assistance in from Hunter. MONESY peeking with the AWP deals with Norbert.
That's the first. Sees the second man as well. Jane better not peek. That would lead to death. That would lead to Outsiders conceding another round, but Hunter forces the kill anyway. Kicker now 17 HP. Head tucked out of dodge, hearing the rotations. Knowing that MONESY's already out there. Needs those headshots real quick. Sees the man. The burst fire doesn't work out. The headshots don't, and Hunter makes it a double. And you have every right to laugh, because it seems like such a laughable prospect given what we've seen in this map up so far. There's only one in the series. MONESY finding Kicker, swing out. Fame responds to the 4v4 scenario. Nades back, and finally a bit of life from this young man. His first 2, technically his 3rd, actually got the TK earlier. AK sat and ready to receive. The Molotov sent his way. No counter smoke can come down. He'll resist for the time being. And MONESY will get up to position. Great incendiary on the default plant position. Catching Norva. Unawares of the player on the side, but Fame's still going to burn. A 1-on-2 for MONESY. Trying to look at the gap in the smoke.
But even play behind the smoke and get out to Moto now.
Ahead of it at the library position. Flashbang turned away from. Moto smoke start to clear soon. Norbert seen, headshot found, but 2 other players there to take his place. Brings it back to a 4-on-4. Flip now out of the apartments, caught up by Hunter in a graveyard, and James AWP turns it back in. They get the kill towards the player and mini pit at the same time, so the plant is secured. 3v2, G2 locks out of the A site. They'll try to crack their way forward regardless.
Oh, Jame again with the AWP, even completely blinded off at the back of that one. And now MONESY, the IGL, trying to see if he can muster something up. Looking towards that pit control. Jame ends up with a triple.
Smoke to the cross and coffins. 2 players on their way back up. MONESY fall back behind those smokes, put the nades up. The damage of the Molotov actually gets 1. The nade gets a 2nd. MONESY allowed back into the B site. Outsiders bunch up for the utility and leave themselves exposed to Nico. James AWP shot too far to the right. In from the apartments pop. They're a little bit late to the marker. Fame out the gate, does tank some damage. MONESY grabs that AWP, turns it in on Flit. Norbert falls to the advantage to the favour of G2, but both players on his site are low. Backup's quick to the scene though. Ned's Kicker finding Hunter. MONESY still on the site, taking shots, will be exposing. Kick up through the smoke, brings it back to Outsiders' line.
Smoke off towards Moto. The Cheese have got to make a very tough decision where they keep looking towards a boost, and Nico's going to try boost up over the top of Moto. Deals with the first to Jame at least. It's
an all-important frag back 2-on-2 situation. Flashes in to allow Fame to get back into mini pit. They won't know. Nico trying to hunt for the info, jump facing. And we'll look around towards brackets in case there is a flank play. Incendiary sent down as MONESY sees the head. Now aware of 1. Is he aware of that second man? Oh, that nade catches 1. Is he gonna be baited by the second? Kicker just biding his time, hearing the footsteps. Will wait for that bomb to get tapped. Nico up at graveyard will be spotted, sprayed through, reveals position. He needs that kill desperately, and Nico will not allow it. The retake will be on, held by MONESY's defuse for a 13-2 half. G2 looking absolutely dominant on the CT side as we head to the second half.
Very fast, get that smoke down towards the city spawn area, split your way through from main and from that donut contact. Fame's hearing a lot of those footsteps, but doesn't want to get aggressive. They're going to hunt him down anyway. The USP trying to come out with a few kills for Fame.
That's a bit more like it already. He was very low on his numbers. I think he scored like 3 by the end of that last map up. 5-on-3 instead for the outsiders. Fame going to make it a triple, in fact. All right, this is really going now. Defensive might not have been able to hold on the bomb site itself, denying that bomb plant, but they can go back for the smoke and the ninja defuse. Kicker is tagged to 4 HP though, so there might be a bit of concern. They've got to body block him desperately so. Flit engaging upon. Kill found for Nico, but Norbert gets them both. Back at Temple, one back at Boxes, one player missing from the defensive at the donut position, which is where that smoke will go down to. So might cut some rotations in the mid control. They line up for Fame though, who almost makes it a quadra, and at least holds the defensive from its initial contact. The anchor on the site, and well, anchored his way into what should be a second round for the outsiders.
Lovely stuff from Fame, being one of the highlight entities for outsiders in the last few times that they've played this map of Ancient. James even getting himself involved into the mix, and Hunter, that lurk that was out there towards mid, has now been able to walk into an A site without any teammates. 1v4, just trying to look to do some damage, get away with one, no more than that. A second round in for outsiders.
And again, we lost faith off the back of that last map, and I said nothing short of complete role reversal would be good enough for the CIS team. That's what we've seen so far here. I don't think, again, it'll be the complete end of the G2 squad, but if Kicker keeps playing with confidence like that, if Fame can keep finding these insertions in towards main, getting the bomb to drop, another 5v2 game by the outsiders, G2 getting one back, but they've been reduced so much, and now the bomb's been seen. Flit's going to cut them off. This round is over. JKS will play first contact. MONESY will just be the backup dancer alongside Hunter with the crossfire. They both, one player gets smoked off at the very least. Hunter will wait, and MONESY now sees contact. Headshot, swings on a second man, turns it into a 2-for-1 trade, makes it a triple with the headshots found. Flit gives up the 4K as JKS gets the last.
It's all about this kill onto the bomb carrier and the timing of the peek forward.
Fame will start to check positions. Adjustment's not there. JKS brings it back to evens. A 2-on-2 situation. And now the bomb's got to commit, but MONESY is watching for it. 10 seconds. James to go for the plant. His shadow seen. The wallbang's attempted. They forced it out. Norman's got to provide covering fire, but MONESY doing all that he can to suppress this situation. The retake is on. James is low, but JKS and MONESY also tag themselves. Doesn't stop them from getting the kills. Time running short, a re-smoke onto the ramp position. James got a swing, 10 seconds to the defuse, and JKS lands it through the smoke. But have they got on the bomb in time? I think they have. I believe they have. It's the 6th round for G2. As HooXi now presses the issue.
Gotta get at least one out of this one. Nico not quite getting that kill with the dig, and now being tagged up. HooXi at least finds one with a 5-7.
Rifle right in front of him, so tantalizing, but needs to land a frag on Kicker. Now it's 4v3, making it 2, and G2 could steal onto outsiders like outsiders stolen onto G2. But a backstab inbound from Flit could prove to be pivotal. James got to stay alive at 11 HP though. That's going to be borderline impossible. 18 seconds. Flit providing some mid support, getting Hunter, but now needs to find Nico. This Deagle's so ready to deal with the bomb carrier, and that will seal the deal on this round.
Try to see if he can evade, get out of this donut position. Got to try play with Fame now.
Looking in against MONESY, got to swing up real quick, got to get this kill, but MONESY locks him down all on Fame. 1 versus 3, cannot stabilize the first frag, and G2 hang in there for just a little bit longer. Lock in for permanency, their first place in this group. Nades down against Norbert and Fame. MONESY watches with the orb, connects on Kicker, looks around the edge of the smoke, almost lines up 2, but just gets that 1. Norbert with a responsive, a 4-on-4. JKS playing behind the wall of smoke set up by the T-side, kinds an angle above it, sprays through on Fame, but Fame wins out the fight. The nade from HooXi takes it back to evens and does damage to James in the back the same. Norbert swings out the edge of the smoke. That HooXi has found a new angle to play with. 3-on-2 now. G2 have maintained the defensive. Can they maintain it for a bit longer? Not against James. James is aware of at least one man. There's the second one coming in from Nico's AK versus Flit's Galil. All important fight for Nico to win. It's all James now. His time to shine, his time to save. His time nonetheless. He backs off towards CT, holds a very tight angle. Is he going to go all the way back towards Candles perhaps? I'm not sure what his angle is. The bomb is in the open. Tight position, sees one, doesn't take the shot, but they've been unawares of where he's at. Nico on the bomb, shot misses out, damage be's done, needs to swing, and Nico holds him away as the fuse comes in and they hold 14 down for G2. The first contact behind that big box, great counter smoke from Hunter's position. JKS takes an advanced position, gets that first, it's flashed off blinded, and Hunter lines up 2 with the HE as well. James Orb frags on 1, Hunter gets him right back on for the quadra and taps up the head of Kicker. G2 have done it from the 13-2 deficit to the 15-all. We're going to overtime. Swinging out towards mid, evaded the one player that went out from Donut, that was MONESY. His AWP rotating to the back lanes. Nico looks to aggress upon Jamie. Does not lose these fights. pressing in that main angle. Man will press forward even closer. Got Fame and Norbert round at that corner, and will find the pick alongside Hunter dropping. 4-on-3. Outsiders have reclaimed the advantage.
And they've got everything favoring them right now. MONESY trying to get aggressive. It's not been smoked off just yet.
Oh, almost adjust towards that lightning fast flick, but Fame finds the frag. Nico, quick up again, finds the headshot, sees where Norbert is, knows that the bomb is on his back as well, providing pressure to the left, and flashes in from HooXi. Backstab. Try to keep the pressure up, you're right about that. Kickout comes in, deals with HooXi, it's all Nico. Ace clutch available for him, wins the third fight, can't adjust towards Norbert, dead out of ammo, somehow wins the quadra, but doesn't get the ace. Less than 40 seconds, Fame. Oh, evading HooXi, looks away at the wrong moment, but still adjusts for the double spray. HooXi and JKS down, and Flitz there to back it up as Fame will drop. Advantage still rests with the outsider side, but G2 have an insertion point. Look at Hunter, inbound to catch Kicker, turn around against Norbert, he finds a double of his own, and MONESY lands on Flitz. They lined up to the back, and James is left in the clutch again. In theory, could find the picks on Hunter and Nico and turn the AWP battle to MONESY, but MONESY's out-fragging James at the moment, and time's ticked so far. Now he's been seen, tagged up, incendiary, thrown towards main, which could have found Nico in the donut instead, and either way, the time's ticked too far. No time for the defuse. He'll try his best to bait out shots, but G2 have found map and match points. For his trouble, he takes a lot of damage. Look at Norbert storming the Lions and getting put in his place by JKS. Kicker can't recover anything. He's caught by Hunter, and I think we smell the end, Dweg.
It seems that way. Double pick over towards B. So much time left on the clock. A two-man advantage within the first 20 seconds. But there's a lot of players. And over towards B for outsiders.
And for watching, James connects on Hunter. 4v3 situation. G2 hold the advantage. Fame trying to trade, but can't keep hold of anything. Nico, forward man, gets him. And James to rotate his AWP to stand his ground. Connects on JKS. Down with a 13 HP, however. 13 for the AWP. The smokes will start to fade. The flashbangs provide a bit extra support, and MONESY lands on Flit. It's all on James now. For what I think is the fourth time or so in this overtime at least. A clutch for him to make happen. Swinging out. Caught off by HooXi with one bullet. It's a 19-16 scoreline for G2. A 2-0 overall in the series as they make it a flat 5-0 at 10-0 in maps in the group stage for ESL Pro League.